To the point in our first intermission, we'll deal with the three telecasts a little bit later on in the show. We're going to focus on Team Canada's amazing victory in Moncton and Halifax. What a World Junior Championship. And Kevin and Kelly, you know that Jason won 3 in a row.
Yep.
And
that's Jen, though.
Yeah, Jen has about 52 times the medals Jason has. So,
and probably more second assists you got, Jen, too, right?
But I will say, watching my brother, second assist, but watching my brother play for the World Juniors was probably the biggest moment for me in terms of the inspiration and knowing that I wanted to represent Canada one day. And so I feel those same emotions when I watch Team Canada throughout this tournament. So much excitement. And all of us couldn't help but marvel at Connor Bedard. And there are so many things to appreciate about his game and the way he plays. But for me, it's his passing. And for me, this is a player, he sees everything. He sees every player, every seam, every opportunity. And for him, when he's flying into the zone, he knows how plays are going to develop and then hits players, his teammates, at just the right time for them to capitalize on these great open nets. And so for him, whether it's a backhand, whether it's a no look, for him, there's the poise, the patience, firing across the ice for players. I mean, this, for him, it was just so constant. You look at all these goals that look like almost easy ones for his teammates. Whether it was look at the, there's a little like a backhand, a back head fake that he does to create the opening. For him, just so many details in the game, but the timing and the effectiveness and those passing plays that he could create, spectacular.
I don't know where to start on this guy because he's so unique. Just such a special tournament. I think it was must-see television for all of us just to see not only the tournament itself, but Bedard. And I look at those clips, Jennifer, and I'm thinking, man, and I know you mentioned off camera, Ron, about Wayne Gretzky, just that vision and how he sees everything in front of him and he knows where everybody else should be. And his anticipation of that. But then I think, well, tonight we have Colorado and Edmonton, McDavid and McKinnon. He doesn't remind me of those two guys. Coming through the neutral zone with 100 miles an hour of speed. You showed that very first clip, or a couple of them, where he kind of weaves through. He looks more like Mitch Marner. And I hope that's a real compliment to Bedard because of the way that Marner plays. You look at these plays. I mean, that overtime goal versus Slovakia, that's a special player, but it reminds me so much of Mitch Marner, maybe Panarin, maybe Kaprizov. These are incredible players. That's that little shimmy on the right-hand side, Ron, that you were talking about. Kind of reminds me of that shimmy that Corey Perry has as well. So it's a high skill level player that's going to have a remarkable career.
And a number of NHL players have been interviewed, asked about Bedard. Are you watching him? What do you see? And it's amazing because hockey is a copycat game. And there's guys in the NHL that watched what Connor Bedard did, specifically on the power play that I want to show you right here. And they will implement this into their game because I've never seen anything like it. So when he gets these pucks on the half wall on a strong side, he almost sidesteps or shuffles to the middle. He's not really skating. He's kind of just trying to suck in that penalty killer. And as you can see, it creates a lot of confusion. Do I pass him off? Do I stay with him? And he's looking for that shot because he's got such a great wrister. But then after a while, he can start dishing. And he can start finding this down low play. He can find seams, one-timers, all these shots set up. Finding these guys, and right here Fantilli pops out, one-timer. You got Gunther on the other side that he found a number of times in the tournament. Right here, you're going to see it. It goes one seam back to Bedard. He looks, and here's the one pass to Gunther. We saw that a number of times. It's very, very impressive what he did. And usually it works the other way around. Kids watch what the guys are doing in the NHL, and they copy it. I think you're going to see a lot of NHL players copying what he did on the half wall.
Hey, one other thing, Brian, or Jeremy down in red, if you could grab the hook pass that Bedard did, obviously with his left hand, that would be, for me, one of the most amazing things he did. But do you have it? We don't have it yet, but Jeremy, you'll dig that up because they showed the great feature about how he had a shattered right wrist.
Yes.
And for the longest time, we just
great
worked with it.
feature, yes.
Okay, let's get to Connor McDavid, the leading scorer in the National Hockey League, is on pace to get to 154 points. Only 5 have ever done it. Not only that, he'll be the first player since 1996, if things continue as is, to lead in goals, assists, and points. That was done by Yager back in '96. Maybe Mario, I'll have to check with Stan. But in any event, let's go with McDavid, his exceptional performance this year, and where you put Bedard vis-a-vis McDavid or the other greats. Jennifer, you first.
Well, McDavid first. I mean, so much to celebrate in terms of how he's playing. I mean, every night to tune in, it's just special to watch him play. You think about his goal scoring, 33 goals at this point. He's never won the Rocket Richard yet. And for him, maybe it's more of a focus on that. Even right now, he has more power play goals than he's ever had before at this point of the season. And whether it's the motivation or a little taste of a little bit of a playoff run last year to say, let's make it happen this year. Special things. You try to compare Bedard. I mean, maybe like Kelly mentioned, not the speed through the neutral zone, but the ability to see everything on the ice. And I think also the unselfishness. That's always been the communication for McDavid. How do we win as a team? Bedard, after the game, it wasn't about his individual accomplishments. This was doing something as a team, respect to him. So McDavid, fascinating, but just amazing. Maybe an approach in 2 on getting even more goal scoring.
He sells tickets. That's the bottom line for me. There are a lot of great players in the game, but most fans go to watch their team, maybe individual players, but not like McDavid. That's a guy that I would pay any amount of money to go see every single night because he does something special every night. Like Wayne, like Mario, very few amount of guys ever can say that.
What I can say about Bedard, McDavid, and I'll throw Crosby in there is they're so dominant. You can put anybody with them. They can carry a line on their own, so you can put any 2 guys. Some players, like Perry, need a Getzlaf, or picking on Perry again, but some players need a guy to play with. I think you can put Bedard, and we saw it at times when he was shuffled up and down the lineup. You can put any 2 guys with him, and he can carry that, and that's what you can say about Connor, and that's what you can say about Sid.
Yeah, Bedard. Go ahead.
How much ice time they can get, how much ice time McDavid's getting, how much they could play Bedard in the overtime at World Junior. I mean, these guys can play and produce at the end of long shifts.
Okay, we don't have time for Tom Milich, but the goaltending was off the charts. And I just want to mention Lumbee, BC. Milich's mom, Stephanie's from Lumbee, the winner of Kraft Hockeyville. His grandparents are still there, Bob and Pat Pointer, and that just shows you the biggest stage in the world can often have those humble roots like Lumbee, BC.